Just Wait. Written by Ali R.J. April 2020. Early on a damp, cloudy April day, I peer ahead of me 200 feet on the supermarket line and see those at the front. I got here at 7 a.m. to join the senior shoppers. We're allowed entrance at 8 a.m., an hour before the store opens to everyone else. That's because we're the citizens most at risk from COVID-19. The ones with the underlying conditions that the health department talking heads so blithely refer to as comorbidities. I'm very protective of my underlying conditions. And don't call me comorbid. 6 feet ahead of me is a very elderly woman. Wiry thin with ivory snow-white hair that matches her face mask. She wraps her raincoat tighter and turns to look behind her. Our gazes meet above our masks. I figure her to be 85, but spry, as they say. 20 years my senior. I had the coronavirus, she tells me across 6 feet of air. I didn't know, and I gave it to my son. He had to go into the hospital. He was so sick. It's a nightmare. Just terrible. People don't know how terrible. They should never know. With that, she leans hard against a car parked next to the line. I start to lunge toward her to help, then worry I'll be too close and catch myself. "Why don't you go and wait in your car?" I ask. "I'll hold your spot. You can come back when we get close to the door. It's not a problem. Show me where your car is, and I'll walk with you." She shakes her snowy hair. "Thank you, but I'm okay," she says. "I'm concerned about this gentleman ahead of me. He's really quite old. I'm 88. He must be up in his 90s. I don't like how unsteady he is. A man that age shouldn't have to stand this long on a line for anything." She leans hard against the car again. I'm worried. I look 6 feet behind me and see a woman my age. She's shaking her head. "They should really have a separate line for people over 80, she says. "They should just walk them right in the friggin' door and not make them wait at all. For God's sake, these people are elderly. It's not right." I ask her to hold my place, and I walk to the front of the line, where a 20-something store employee is fussing with her mask and chatting with the coworker next to her. The line has not moved yet. The door is still shut. It's 10 minutes to 8. "Excuse me," I say, "but I'm halfway down the line and there are 2 people ahead of me who are quite elderly and standing way too long. Is there some way those who are struggling can be given extra consideration?" "Well, it's the line for seniors, you know. There's only one line." "Yes, I see that. But I'm 65 and these people ahead of me are much older. The gentleman might be 95. Maybe there's some place they can sit? Can I speak to the manager? The store isn't open yet, and 95 is the same as 65. It's all seniors." Be it youth or ignorance, it takes my breath away. I remind myself that she's an essential worker and she's taking a risk just showing up each day. I walk back to my place in line, thinking of other countries and cultures that value those who have walked the most miles and endured the longest years. I recognize that I don't live in one of those. The woman behind me asks what I found out. I tell her the young female worker says there's no difference between 65 and 95. The woman's eyes narrow. "You know what you should have told her?" she says. "You should have told her to wait. That's all. Just wait." Just Wait. Narrated by Christine Brito at www.christinebritovo.com.